exactly. We're going to do it with, so I'm going to give you kind of a tour of all the ingredients, tell you how I'm going to do them, and you can follow along and just be thinking, do I have that on hand when we're doing this? Because this, again, is something that we do. We figure out how to make something based on an old dish that we've done before, based on some, skillet cooking and all of that. And we adapt it as we need to, because, we have to use what we've got in our pantries and in our refrigerators. So, first things first, I have a bunch of shrimp. They're all ready to go. Now, with that shrimp, I am going to go ahead and season it with some salt and some pepper. Now, this is not exact. It's not going to be all over it, but it's going to be in a good portion of it. So good enough, right? I also have some fresh baby spinach. I'm going to use that. I have some canned tomatoes, all chopped. I'm going to use that. I have some shiitake mushrooms. Just happen to have them. Not a usual thing, but you can have some white mushrooms. I'm going to chop them up a little bit more. Shiitakes are, by the way, very excellent mushrooms. A good sulfur source and helps to fight cancer. Always, always, always cook your mushrooms. I don't care if it's white button mushrooms or shiitakes or whatever, but that's how it works. I have a little bit of white wine. I have, of course, our friend, the bone broth. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? I always like to, I always like to do this. And I forgot to put my ears in. I hope this helps. Does it make it better? Hear me better now? Tell me you can hear me better. Yeah, I forgot all about that. It's so weird. I feel like it's super Star Trek-y, right? Anyway, salt and pepper. I gave you the shiitake, the white wine, the bone broth, the tomatoes, the spinach, a ton of garlic. And what could this be? Oh, I think it's bacon, because why not? And we have, of course, an onion. I've also got a pan that's already heated and it's a little too hot because you can see the steam coming off of it, the smoke coming off of it, so I'm going to let that cool half a second. I've got ghee, which is good because ghee, avocado oil, these are the fats that have a high smoke point. You want that because when you saute, you're doing it on a high heat, okay? First things first, we are going to put this over here. I'm going to go ahead and get an onion cut for you. And onion, like Marla says, I can't cook without an onion either. It's just like, if there's onions in the house, we've got dinner on the way, And this one is just a weird peely one, so okay, that's the way it works. So usually I would use like a half an onion, but considering how big, little tiny this one is, I'm going to use a whole onion. We just want to chop that and get it diced up. Okay, choppity chop. Am I going to use the whole thing? I'm probably, maybe. I will. It's not, nobody ever died from too much onion. Okay. Here we go. Nice chopped onion. A couple pieces that I didn't quite get. I just go in and get it. There you are. You see how easy that was, by the way? Very easy. Okay, so that's my garbage bowl. I'm going to put that over there. I've got my onion ready to go, and I am going to add now to the skillet, now that it's cooled off just a bit, I'm going to go ahead and add some ghee. That was about a tablespoon of ghee. You can also do, instead, if you wanted to, you could add a little bit of olive oil, or avocado oil is what I like because of the high smoke point. And here comes the onions. Go, my friends. You do you. There we go. Get the onions going a little bit, because onions are just super fast. And while those onions are going, I'm also going to I've got onion juice in my eyes. I'm going to take the rest of this bacon here. I think there's only a few slices. Okay, come to mama. This is weird, skinny bacon, but it has really good flavor. I'm just going to take this and what would be better is if I had taken it and put it in the freezer for a minute so that I could just kind of firm up. Makes it a lot easier. And I'm going to chop this up and get it in there with the onions. And this is just going to add another layer of flavor to this wonderful dish that we're doing, shrimp on a Friday. Why not? You will like this, trust me. Let me just go ahead and get this cooked up. Yeah, that's fine. And this is a fun thing because really what I'm doing is I'm using up a bunch of like little odds and ends from the refrigerator because we had just a little bacon left. Okay, let's use that. I got a little bit of spinach here. Let's use that. I got these mushrooms. Now these mushrooms need to be cut because they're all different sizes and you know they would eventually cut up, but I just, you know, this is one of those things that I say, let's just cut them up and we'll have mushroom bits, which is great. See, like this big massive one, look at that. Yeah. Mushrooms. Who's made some of the recipes that I have demonstrated? I know every once in a while I'll see somebody say, I made this and it was so good. But I'd love to know what recipes that you're making and what you're making in your house. Here we go. Shrimpage to the rescue. What are the comments saying? What are they saying as far as what are they making?
Somebody had trouble hearing, but everybody else seems to be okay. And then someone asked if you ever got your knife sharpened.
Got what knife sharpened? No, I have not.
Remember we talked about the
Yeah,
knife?
I did talk about that. I haven't gotten it sharpened yet. I do need to get it sharpened though. Okay, so.
Apparently it's still a little echoey because of the size of the room.
It is. I'm sorry. We have somewhere downstairs, we have a wireless mic, and I'm going to look for that and see if I can't play with that a little bit. If we could do that, that would be great, right? Okay. Come on, my friend. Oh, that's why. I'm like, why is this not cooking? Because I turned the heat down. Okay, guys, so you want to be cooking this about on medium high. You want it cooking fast. You want the onions translucent like they are right now, which is great. We've got translucent onions. Always want translucent onions. But the bacon's not quite cooked. Well, we need that cooked up a little bit, okay? Because what we're going to be doing, once this is all cooked up, is we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull it out. We'll go ahead and throw the mushrooms in. Why not? I say yes. I say yes to the mushrooms. You get those mushrooms in there. Come on, friends. Let's get it going here. Jump to it. Okay, I have a whole load of garlic. I don't know that I'm necessarily going to be using all of it. 2, 3, 4, that's a lot. Maybe not all that, but all this. So I've got about, let's see, how many do I have here?
A lot.
4, 5, I've got 6.
It's a lot.
6 cloves of garlic. You will keep away all werewolves and all vampires. That's a promise. And your colds. You know, garlic is nature's antibiotic. It's antibacterial, antimicrobial. It's amazing stuff. I'm telling you. Now this is where I'm going to come in and do just a little bit of salt because of the mushrooms. And I'm going through making sure that I'm hitting the mushrooms. Because when you don't use salt as you're cooking, you know what happens? I just realized my button was undone. I hope I wasn't showing my stuff. Yeah, what happens is you don't get that flavor back. You really lose out and it doesn't bring out the natural flavor. And while yes, I will always tell you that it's an important thing to wait to taste before you salt your food, makes me crazy when I see people salting their food and they haven't even tried it yet. And a lot of times it's just a very, very bad habit. But when you're cooking, that's when you want to salt. And it's a lot of different layers of salt. You just go itty bitty. This is why I use my salt in a salt cellar like this, or just a little bowl. And I use the pinch because I can tell and monitor exactly how much salt I'm using. And again, worth noting, your salt and pepper are critically important. Use good quality stuff. This is a pink Himalayan sea salt, which is fantastic because it's from an ancient seabed, lots and lots of minerals, including iodine in there, and then fresh ground pepper. So when you're using pepper that's freshly ground, you're getting those essential oils, and that's really important. Okay, now we're talking. You hear that? Making noise. What we want. And now I'm going to get this out. It's shrimp time, pretty much. Okay. Come on, friends. All you have to do is cooperate with me. Everybody out of the pool. It's Adult Swim. Okay, come on. In. Okay. So that goes aside, right? Got that part? Next. Oh, more ghee. Because ghee is our friend. Back to the ghee department. It's like adding more chlorine to the pool if I'm going to continue with that analogy. Don't hate me for my bad jokes. Okay, nice, hot ghee means that the shrimp are going to cook up super fast, which is great. This is what we want. Oh, I need some tongs, please.
That's about a pound of shrimp, right?
Huh?
About a pound.
Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to do the garlic right now. Get that done. So it'll be all ready. Now you can do what I'm doing right now. I was going to do it as a cream sauce, but I'm not because I don't have cream. But that's fine. I'm going to do it as a wine sauce. And look at all that garlic. I'm telling you, nothing can live after that. Nothing. Kill all the cooties. Okay. So we're going to do a little.
Tongs.
Okay, yeah. Give it a stir. See how we're doing? You go in there, it doesn't take long. And just remember, when they turn pink, they're cooked. And you want to get them on both sides. So just go through, just do what I'm doing. Just take your time and make sure that all your little friends they're browned on both sides. And right now they're throwing their liquid a little bit, and they're going to do that. You do your best that you can. You know, you want them as dry as possible when you put them in. Put them on paper towels and blot them really well. They're still going to have a little bit of, juice in there. There we go.
Use the iron skillet.
What's that?
Use the iron skillet
Yes.
to retain the heat.
See there? Aren't they beautiful? Pretty much beautiful. Yep, and they're really beautiful. There you go. And at this point, it's time to pull them. Pull the plug. They might not be cooked quite all the way. They will finish cooking though, I promise you, in this bowl. Oops. We have an escapee. Not cool. Back you go. Okay, this is where we get, oh man, I'm gonna need a new spoon because I don't want to cross-contaminate. You see this baby? Is it beautiful or what? Bone broth to the rescue. Deglaze the pan. Time to deglaze the pan. Oh man, I've got the biggest. And I'm getting up all the goodness from the shrimp. And you see the color of this? I want you to see that. It's nice and brown. I'm going to show you. See? Look at that. It's brown. That's great. That's letting us know what we got in there. And then we're going to add some wine. we're going to add the garlic. Look at all that garlic. Man, nobody will die. It's a good thing we both like garlic, love. We'd be a mess. Oh man, you should smell that. That is some intense stuff right there. Intense. Okay. How does my mise en place get away like that? It's just everywhere. Okay, so now I'm going to take, oh, I can figure out how to open this. There it is. You take some spinach. Let me give it a little chop. The spinach is going to add some color. Now, in a perfect world, I'd be doing this to some basil. This is really good. I mean, you know me, I want to throw some green in everything so that we can, you know, bump up the nutrition. So now I've got a thing of spinach, and it's going to wilt perfectly in there. You know, what we're doing here, oops, I got a little bone broth to add that. Look at that. Oh my goodness, that smells so good. So good. Now this is going to be very thin and a thin sauce. You could add all of this together and, you know, even add a little bit more bone broth, a little bit more wine or whatever. You could thicken it up if you wanted to, and you could put it over pasta. And then put, you know, when it's all hot and everything, put the Parmesan on it and just toss it. Kind of like linguine. That's pretty much what we're doing here. So we are going to go ahead and add back that bacon and onion. Yum. I'm going to throw this in. Yes, I am. And it needs its own little bit of salt. Remember what I said about teeny tiny pinches? Not a whole lot of salt going in there. And at this point, I'm going to add some thyme. Again, you buy whole leaf herbs, and you do it yourself. You give it a little grind with your fingers, and that way you release the essential oils, and you release all that flavor. Makes it yummy. The tomatoes are going in because they're so friendly. And that's everything except the shrimp. We're going to go ahead and get this all stirred up. That spinach will take no time at all because it wilts magnificently. Come on, friend. Cook. Do you see how lovely and saucy this whole thing is? It'd be wonderful over some rice, some challah rice even. It'd be good over any kind of a pasta. And then put a little Parmesan on the top, fresh Parmesan. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? You know it is. And then I want you to see something here. Do you see all these shrimp that I have sitting here? Watch this. Look at all that juice. Did you see all that juice I just poured in there? That's all flavor, all flavor. And you know, in a perfect world, you'd go through and take out all the stems in a perfect world. But I don't bother with that. And now the shrimp goes back in. Turn it off because you don't want to overcook that shrimp. And hopefully you have your pasta already made, you have your rice already made, and this just essentially goes right over the top. That is it. And I will tell you right now, let's just taste that sauce. I'll tell you exactly how it is. Oh my goodness. Delightful. It is very delightful. You taste just a hint of the bacon, and then it adds a nice smokiness to it. You've got the tomato in there, you've got the wine, you've got the bone broth. Everything has added dimension and richness to this. So it's just really easy to have this soupy stuff right over the pasta. Put a little Parmesan. Bada bing, bada bang. You've got an amazing dinner. So, if you like this and other recipes like this, you can always become a Dinner Answer subscriber. It's easy. And right now, $7. $7 a month for recipes, menus, and shopping lists every single Tuesday. It's pandemic pricing, and right when this thing finally goes away, so will that pricing. It'll go back up. So take advantage of this, because if you become a subscriber right now, then I promise you I will never raise your rate again. Even when the pricing all goes back, you will always have this pricing. $7 a month, forever and ever, amen. You can find out about this on savingdinner.com. And to all of you who subscribed last week, I love you. Thank you for supporting this women-owned business, and I love supporting you back and in return. So enjoy this. This is going to be a really delicious dinner. Take care. Yum.